Hello everyone, welcome back to All You Board. As NABARD only almost 10 days have left for your phase 1 exam, many of the students have really into been a panic situation. What do you mean by panic situation? If you compare NABARD grade A phase 1 exam with RBI as well as other regulatory bodies, the highest number of subjects are in your phase 1 exam. 8 सब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं. आरबीआई के देख लो 3-4 सब्जेक्ट्स है फेज 1 में, राइट? किसी और सेबी को देख लो, आरडीआई को देख लो, बहुत कम सब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं फेज 1 में. लेकिन नाबार्ड में अगर हम देखें, इन टोटल देयर आर 8 सब्जेक्ट्स, 5 सब्जेक्ट्स टू क्वालिफाई, 3 सब्जेक्ट्स फॉर मेरिट. ओके, इफ यू क्लियर इन ऑल ऑफ दीज सब्जेक्ट्स एज ईच सब्जेक्ट इज हैविंग सब्जेक्टिव कट ऑफ, इतने सारे सब्जेक्ट्स अगर हमने क्लियर भी कर दिए, देन वी गो टू द फेज 2. ओके, राइट? So the problem here is that students don't know what should be their priority. किस टॉपिक को मैं पहले कवर करूं और किस टॉपिक को मैं बाद में कवर करूं, which is the most important topic for me in my overall preparation, then which is my second important topic, which is my third important topic, which is my fourth, fifth, sixth. You should have a list of priority. Now that priority should be also depending upon how much those marks are important, the difficulty, as well as how easily we can cover them, as well as in total how much is the total quantification. For example, in NABARD per se we all know that ARD and ESI both are core subjects to clear the NABARD grade A phase 1 exam. But everybody forgets one thing, that whatever ARD static is there, those notes whatever you are having or whatever preparation you are doing, that will not change according to the time. Therefore, the quantity of study for ARD static is less. So your priority should not be ARD static, rather it should be some other subject. And that's why let's discuss today what is that priority order, what is that my priority list. And therefore this I will in the first slide only, without keeping you waiting, I'll tell you this is your priority list for NABARD grade A phase 1 exam. The first priority is ESI as well as ARD current. Many of the students will say, sir, why ESI and ARD current? Why Suraj sir is saying like that? There's something wrong, Suraj sir is telling us. Priority order, this is not the priority order. ARD static should be priority. I'll give you all my reasons for it. Just wait for this 10 minutes and then I'll explain everything. This is your priority order. ESI ARD current should be your first one. ARD static should be your second one. ESI static should be your third one. Then your priority should be GA, then DM, that is decision making, then computer awareness, then English, then reasoning, and then quantitative aptitude. Now why these only, this priority order I have given? This priority order is on the depending on difficulty of all these subjects, the importance, most importantly, the importance of the subject. ESI, ARD and GA, all this chunk is a merit part, therefore you have to give more time to it. Again, also considering their cutoffs. Now cutoffs also is very, very important. ESI, ARD as well as GA, individual subject cutoff are just 3, 4, 5, 7, 6 marks. But overall merit section cutoff is almost 41 marks, 50 marks in the year of 2022 and 2021. Therefore, you need to score here. If you need to score here, you have to study more. If you have to study more, you have to dedicate more time. And that's why in our priority list, these merit section subjects are coming first. Then the qualifying subjects are coming. But in this also, decision making, I have kept it in qualifying section as a first subject. Why? Because we know nothing about decision making. Second thing is computer awareness, because last year in the year of 2022, computer awareness questions were very difficult. English as third one. Why? The cutoff for English goes up to 12 mark. And then comes reasoning. The cutoff for reasoning was 3 marks. Quantitative aptitude cutoff, it was just 1.5 mark, that is 2 marks. Quant, even if you solve 3 questions, you can clear quant. That is why I have kept it at last. Now there are many people which will say that, sir, you have to keep quant before reasoning. Okay, some of the changes you can do in quant and reasoning section. Maybe you can even put English at last, because you just feel English is so easy that I can easily solve 20 to 25 questions and get 12 marks easily. No problem. But now let's discuss why Suraj sir has made this priority order, priority list. Why I have made this priority list? First thing to understand is that about ESI current. Always remember, for any regulatory bodies exam such as NABARD grade A as well as RBI or maybe SEBI, always remember the ESI current part which we are talking about is most importantly PIB news, reports, indices, whatever acts are there, bills, all the government schemes which are asked. Apart from that, government schemes, report, and your overall PIB current affairs. Now, these three sections, this is such a huge amount of content, such a huge amount of pages of information as well as knowledge which is accumulated. 1 month, even if you try to just cover PIB, it is almost 100 to 120 pages. Just imagine if you are trying to collect 6 to 8 months of just ESI current affairs, how much pages you will have? You will have more than 800 of pages. Now those 800 pages, are you able to revise just before the NABARD phase 1 exam? Is it possible? Ask this question to you, and that is why I gave priority for ESI current as first one. Why? Because many students don't make notes of PIB. Many students don't make even short notes of PIB, short notes of government scheme, neither some cheat book or cheat sheet for reports. And this is where they are not able to revise. If you don't revise, you cannot reproduce that in exam. And therefore, then you will say that many facts were asked in the exam and therefore I couldn't clear the exam. This is the logical answer which we get from the students when their name is not there into the list of the phase 1 result. So rather than just giving you or telling you just random strategies, I am trying to confront you with the truth. Okay, ask yourself, even many of the students, 80% students were covering all the PIB news from various good sources, but none of you made notes of PIB, government schemes, or even reports as well as various other information which was there related to ESI current. The time has not gone up till now. You can revise it, and for that revision it will require a lot time, and that is why the priority one is ESI current. Then the priority is ARD current, but it should be done togetherly, because from ARD current only 5 to 10 questions come from ARD current affairs. This again includes all the government schemes of agriculture and rural development, all the reports from the agriculture and rural development. Free sources already I have discussed with you, but always whatever current part of NABARD grade A exam is there, do it club together ESI and ARD. Then comes our ARD static. When I talk about ARD static, prepare all the topics very seriously, thoroughly. You should not miss any of your question. Okay, always remember while solving the paper what priority I had given you. If you are in the exam hall and if you are solving your NABARD grade A phase 1 paper, the first subject which you will start with your paper is ARD. Then you will go for ESI, then you will go for GA. Now as you have read so much of factual data, then you will go for then you will go for quantitative aptitude, reasoning, then English, then decision making, and then computer awareness. This should be a lineup. Why? Because almost ARD, ESI, GA, so much of reading of the questions you will do, your mind or your brain is there, it will go through a nauseous fatigue. Usko fatigue ho jayega brain ko, itna sab kuch padh ke. That's why after 3 reading subjects, you should go for quant or reasoning. Complete quant reasoning and then again go for the reading subjects, English, decision making, and computer awareness. So therefore I am telling this is a very important, our third important priority. Then comes ESI static. In ESI static, not all topics you have to cover, only this: growth and development, LPG reforms, because questions were on all these topics. LPG reforms, balance of payment, inflation 2 years question was there, monetary policy, fiscal policy. Up till now, purely from monetary and fiscal policy, any question is not there. Though a question may be from monetary policy and fiscal policy, but from current angle in the sense, if any particular news is there related to fiscal and monetary policy, then that may be asked, but in form of current affairs. Then comes poverty alleviation and employment generation. Employment generation, MG Narega scheme, many times in NABARD has been asked. And international economic institutions, there has been one question on international economic institution in the last 5 years. Okay, only one. Okay, but only these topics are important from ESI static. I already told you, out of 40 questions which come in ESI, almost 30 to 35 come from current. 5 to 10 they come from these topics. So therefore, if I was preparing for NABARD per se, if you ask me personally, Suraj sir, what will you do in this NABARD exam? I am not even going to prepare ESI static, because I don't need to prepare for ESI static. My ARD is so strong, I'll take almost more than 30 marks here, and I'll then try to take almost more than 25 to 20 marks here, and then I'll be clearing. I'm not going to even prepare for this. But You should never do such mistake. Even though I am not preparing ESI static, but I am going to solve the questions. It's because earlier I have prepared ESI static. In last year, I had prepared about ESI static. Therefore, this is our fourth important priority. 5 to 10 marks also are important. Imagine this. What if ESI current comes very, very difficult? Same like the year of 2022. ESI current was difficult in last year. That time students will rely on those 5 to 10 marks from ESI static, and that is why this is the priority, the fourth priority, ESI static. Do not take it lightly, please cover it, but cover not all but only these topics. I have made it very easy for you. Then comes GA. GA again current affairs, cover this. GA, if you see 150 pages per month, 6 month total addition or 8 month if you do, you get again 800 pages. That's why short notes are very, very important. I repeat again and again that without short notes, it's highly difficult to clear the such type of factual exams. Okay. Then we talk about decision making. In decision making, if I tell you, all these topics are important, and more importantly, that's why in whatever qualifying section is there, as we are not introduced to decision making, we don't know decision making. Many of the students are not management students. That's why they don't know any idea about the technique, methods, biases, heuristic. They don't even know about these topics. Also, the people who have not joined to any courses, they are not having proper guidance in context of decision making. And that is why I will always tell all the students that please, if you are having time left with you, then do not waste your time on quantitative aptitude or reasoning or something like that. If you are comfortable, if you are confident enough, move to this subject. Maybe there is a chance. For example, last time decision making cutoff was 3 to 4 marks. Maybe if the cutoff increases this time, you never know. That's why I'm telling you, we don't know anything about this subject. Many of the students, there are not, even in context of books for a decision making, there are no proper resources for a decision making. Okay. So therefore, I'll tell you, whatever free sources are there, try to use that. You can use YouTube, you can even use the books which I have recommended in earlier video. Then comes computer awareness. Our next priority is computer awareness. In the year of 2022, always remember, computer awareness came very, very difficult. Many students even failed in computer awareness itself. Now, why this happened was, major question came from MS Office and shortcuts which are used in MS Office. That is why overall, apart from understanding of basic computer knowledge, you should also know factual knowledge, and that's why I have given priority of computer awareness and decision making before English, quantitative aptitude and reasoning. So please remember that why I have given you this priority. Many of the people, उनको ये लगता है कि बचपन से कंप्यूटर पढ़ते आ रहे हैं तो नाबार्ड का तो सॉल्व ही कर लेंगे, लेकिन जब फैक्चुअल आते हैं ना कि कंट्रोल प्लस एक्स, व्हाट इज दिस शॉर्टकट नोन फॉर, तो फिर आपके आंसर्स नहीं आते, एंड देन देयरफॉर यू फेल इन द एग्जाम. इसीलिए इसका प्रायोरिटी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. देन कम्स आपका इंग्लिश. इंग्लिश का कोई टेंशन मत लेना, 30 क्वेश्चंस आर देयर विद इन द स्टिपुलेटेड टाइम. आराम से आप 20 to 25 सॉल्व कर पाओगे. और कट ऑफ कितना जाता है? 12 to 13 मार्क्स. 11.50 ये कट ऑफ गया था. सो देयरफॉर 12 मार्क्स आराम से ले आ सकते हो. 20 क्वेश्चंस अगर सॉल्व कर दिए तो इट्स वेरी इजी. यू कैन clear it very easily you can clear. Then comes reasoning. All the your topics are given. Now why I have given this all the topics in every subject? Because these are important topics. From these topics multiple questions come. For example, puzzle. If you see last 2022, from puzzles almost 2 topics have been asked. 2 questions have been asked. Similarly, blood relations, 1 question is asked. Directions, 1 question is there. Okay, so in this way these are the important topics. But reasoning, again the cutoff was 3. So even if you solve 6 to 8 questions, you will clear it. And last is quantitative aptitude. Here I have given no topics. We all know what topics are there in quantitative aptitude. But why I have not given? Because in quantitative aptitude, only in NABARD, this is the subject where from one topic, one question comes. So all major topics are included in quant. No any topic is important. And at the same time, questions are very easy from each topic, and that is why the cutoff of quantitative aptitude is 1.5 to 2.5. Okay, so therefore it's the one of the lowest cutoff subject. Now what one care we should take while solving the quantitative aptitude questions? Your most importantly, what you are going to do while solving the quantitative aptitude, do not make any negative marks. That is, do not solve any questions in Axis which the answer you will get wrong answers. So rather than that, solve only 4, 5 or maybe 6 questions, but solve them correctly so that you easily clear without any negative marks. The problem is that many of the students, they go on solving multiple questions, and as their accuracy is low, they cannot even clear the quantitative aptitude. Even 1.5 cutoff they cannot clear. The main reason is that solving wrong questions, making them wrong and then getting negative marks. So that is why refrain from that. Solve few questions but solve them correctly. At least in quant and reasoning. The cutoffs are less, that's why. Overall, in this overall video, I already told you this should be your priority list. I hope you got at least a basic idea that why Suraj sir has given this particular list for your priority. So ESI ARD current, then ESI static, then ARD static, ESI static, then comes your GA, decision making, computer awareness, English, reasoning and quantitative aptitude. This is our total priority order or priority list for the upcoming NABARD phase 1 exam. Thank you very much, and I hope that this priority list will actually help you. Now again, there is one advantage of this priority list, that you can even revise all the subjects based on this priority order. First, you can revise ESI current and ARD current. Why revision here is important? Too much of information. Then you can revise ARD. Why ARD second? Because too much of facts and stats. ESI static. Why revise? Again, facts, stats as well as only few topics. GA. Why to revise? Very, very important, because from GA, almost all questions would be factual only. Okay? Decision making, no revision, but rather you have to, whatever notes or sources you are having, revise those. Then computer awareness, again revision. Then English, you have to solve, reasoning you have to solve, and quant you have to solve. So this is it. See you next time. Thank you very much, and I hope that this particular priority list helps you.